What if you could hear every thought in the world? What if you could hear every thought in the world? Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that the faint hiss in your ears isn't just static from your phone charger or the city outside, but the sound of minds. At first, it's like the murmur of a crowded cafe. Hundreds of voices blend together, whispering fragments of plans, memories, regrets, and songs stuck in their heads. You sit up in bed, and suddenly the noise sharpens. Someone in Tokyo is panicking about a presentation. A child in Kenya is wondering if their lost cat will come back. A politician in Washington rehearses a speech in their head. A pilot over the Atlantic calculates fuel consumption. They're all there at once, streaming through your skull as if your brain had become the world's largest radio receiver. At first, it feels intoxicating. You know what everyone truly thinks. You know which smiles are fake, which confessions are real, which doubts linger beneath confident postures. You walk down the street and every stranger's mind is open. The cashier thinking about their sick grandmother, the student rehearsing a breakup speech, the old man counting the birds on the wire. You're seeing humanity without filters, the hidden hum beneath the surface. It's overwhelming, but also thrilling. You feel like a god of empathy. But then, the headaches start. It turns out there are over 8 billion people, and almost all of them think in overlapping bursts, contradictory languages, and half-formed images. Thoughts aren't neat sentences. They're flashes of smell, taste, anxiety, and nonsense. Your mind tries to translate and store them, but can't. You begin to hear not just ideas, but fears. 1,000 people screaming silently at once. 1 million parents worrying about their children. Countless private self-criticisms echoing like gunfire in your head. The volume is never low. You try earplugs, music, meditation. It's no use. This isn't sound you're hearing, it's raw consciousness. One evening, desperate for relief, you drive out of the city to a remote field, hoping the distance from people will bring silence. It doesn't. Thoughts travel faster than light, and no matter how far you go, humanity's inner voices surround you. You start recognizing patterns. There's a rhythm to global thinking. Fear peaks before dawn, hope rises mid-morning, and by evening, millions of minds drift into fantasy. You even notice how ideas spread before the news breaks. A wave of speculation and curiosity that sweeps across continents before headlines exist. Soon, you begin to anticipate events before they happen. You sense panic rising in a country hours before a disaster. You feel millions of minds lean in the same direction and know an election result before polls close. The knowledge is intoxicating but corrosive. You can't unknow what you've heard. The darkest desires, the cruelest plans, the quiet heroics nobody will ever see. You realize that empathy at this scale is almost indistinguishable from madness. You start experimenting. You try to send thoughts back, whispering into the global stream. A few people twitch, startled by a thought they don't remember having. A poet in Buenos Aires writes a line you'd been silently repeating. A child in Norway dreams of a phrase you'd imagined. You're leaking into the collective, an invisible ghost pressing fingerprints on the minds of strangers. Eventually, you stop leaving your apartment. You cover the mirrors, shut off the internet, and sit in darkness, trying to separate your own mind from the ocean. And in the stillness, you discover something unexpected. Beneath the chaos of individual voices, there's a deeper hum, a kind of universal bass note. It's not words or fears or songs. It's more like a pulse, a single slow heartbeat connecting every living mind. It feels neither human nor alien, but inevitable, as if consciousness itself is one sprawling organism and each person just a nerve ending. The realization both terrifies and comforts you. If all minds are one, then loneliness is an illusion, but so is privacy. You're no longer sure where you end and the world begins. Some nights you wonder if everyone else can hear it too, and they're just better at pretending. Some nights you wonder if you've become the world's first telepath or its final prophet. Then one day, after weeks of insomnia, you wake to silence. Total, impossible silence. You can't hear a single thought but your own. The world feels muted, shrunken, like a radio switched off. You step outside and for the first time in months, the sky looks blue instead of buzzing. You should feel relief, but instead you feel a strange ache, like missing a limb. You've lost the chorus. And yet, as you walk down the street, you pass a child who glances at you and tilts their head, As if listening to something only they can hear, they smile faintly. It's a look you recognize, the look of someone who just tuned into the static of every mind.